This is Oren, and who are you?
I'm his niece, Sivan.
Okay, so she was one of my greatest hits when I started YouTubing like a month ago.
Thank you.
She was, and then we live in different cities, so we can't do this all the time. But we are here for a big family event. She is getting bat mitzvah in 2 days. Are you? What's that gonna? Are you gonna be? You want to perform some of your bat mitzvah for us?
Okay. My gosh, I love you,
Oh my God! Ooh, all right, that's good. Okay, she should be hitting up the professional circuit soon as a bat mitzvah girl to just do that all over again. So we're talking about cartoons today. Like, what's a great cartoon for you?
Inside Out.
Inside Out. That's a Pixar film. So Pixar does a lot of very intelligent cartoons. Do you think that's like a cartoon for like adults and kids, or?
Well, it's telling two stories at once. It's telling one story about these funny, like, animated characters and their life with a lot of fun jokes for kids. And then it's also telling a very deep story that I realized from this girl who's going to a new school, dealing with anxiety, depression, puberty, all these emotions abruptly. And then she does things like running away. And it's just cool to see how they react and things. So I think parents can also enjoy it and adults.
I don't know if parents will learn from such a cartoon as so much as parents. Their movie-going habits change when you have kids because you don't have as much free time. You don't watch as many movies, and as a result, sometimes you take kids to movies that are kids' movies, and some of those movies are really not that great movies, like say Rugrats the movie or Nancy Drew or Surf's Up or something.
Oh my God, Nancy Drew is terrible.
Yeah, I saw that movie with Emma Roberts.
Stupid.
You saw the movie? Yeah. I actually saw it with anyway. So like when they see an intelligent kids movies, they're thrilled because it's not like a chore to take their kids to the movies, you know. But I actually think adults without kids love a film like Inside Out too because the art is great, like the animation and stuff. It's a very clever storytelling. It's a very intelligent story. You might see it a little bit from a kid's perspective, but sometimes movies have a kid narrator, but I don't think that's necessarily a problem.
Yeah.
You can tell a great novel or a great story where the main character is a kid, which is what Inside Out is.
Yeah.
Also, I think Finding Nemo and Finding Dory, the main character is kind of childlike. Like Dory's like a fish that is not really grown up. She's reliant on others to get around.
Yeah. What did you think of Finding Dory while we're talking about
I loved Finding Dory. I thought...
did you think it...
I was emotional at the end just because... And I thought it was... I mean, obviously, just like the octopus character was very funny and like really added a lot. So Dory was like... And then you had the
You really like those characters like Olaf and like the octopus.
Like the side characters.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
really
what
like them.
There are characters that move the plot forward, and then the characters that just kind of add to the story. And then you had that whale who did the echolocation and the one.
I loved about Finding Dory is it really made because you see like Dory being like this funny character, and it made it like deeper and knowing.
Yeah, exactly.
I really liked that. It was like cool. It was more adult-like, knowing that she actually had like something wrong with her brain. It was kind of emotional.
I'm also curious what cartoons you grew up with.
Dora
the Explorer? Okay, so I have a memory of you and Dora now that I think about it. Why don't you start? What did you like about Dora the Explorer?
I don't know. I remember I was terrified of Swiper. Like, I'd be like, no, Swiper! Switch the scene, next scene. And I would get so scared.
Okay, who's Swiper? Now we have to find that out.
So Swiper is like, he was like the little villain. And Dora's like an educational show. Like, it involves a little bit of math and Spanish. Like, I still know words like abre, salta, which is like jump and open in Spanish.
A lot of cartoons. There's a certain number of cartoons that probably get points. They might even get funding. Like if you're on public television, like Sesame Street probably gets funding because
they do
it teaches kids stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. I think what my parents liked about it was because I'd sit there doing things like salta, and I'd be yelling at the screen, and I'd get so involved, and I'd be like, no Swiper, and I'd be like cheering. It was like I'd get so involved, and I think my parents like enjoyed watching me because I'm like a little 2-year-old or 3-year-old doing that.
I don't know if you were 2-year-olds. I think you were maybe, I don't remember. I remember visiting you in 2014, so that was about 5 years ago, and you had Dora the Explorer. 6
doesn't seem right. I'd say 4 or 5.
Okay,
because my brother was born.
Anyway,
even before them, like
you had Dora the Explorer, everything. So a lot of times these cartoons they really have a lot of merchandise.
My dad won this big Dora stuffed animal. I swear it was really big, and I would cuddle it every night.
What I thought was funny is that you had Dora the Explorer soap, and it's like, were the soap bubbles shaped like Dora the Explorer? It was just it was the same soap as anything else, but Dora, it just had a Dora the Explorer picture on the package, and then they charged more money for it.
I know, people do like these Elsa frozen yogurts, and
That's
I like
one of
the
these
flavor,
things. You know that some movies, they make a lot more money on the merchandise than they do on anything else. Just like Star Wars, the guy who made Star Wars, I don't know if you ever saw Star Wars.
It's gone really downhill.
But the guy who made Star Wars, I believe he negotiated that he would just get the merchandise and he would let them keep everything else. I'm not sure what this story. I'll have to look it up. Yeah. Are there any other cartoons did you ever see Looney Tunes or Tiny Toons or Animaniacs? No. Those were kind of...
I'm a girl, so... I don't know, maybe...
I would like to think that everyone saw those. I don't know. That's what I grew up in. They've been around since the 1930s.
Yeah. I know my brother...
Tiny Toons has a female character, and Animaniacs, they have two brothers named Yakko and Wacko, and then a woman called Dot. But then they have all kinds of different characters.
I know my brother, he went through these phases. He loved the show Avatar. He loved Pokemon. I feel like I'm
your brother, okay. I'm thinking your dad. No, why would I? Your dad.
My brother.
Okay.
He liked Pokemon, Avatar.
So cartoons are gendered. I remember my sister liked your mother, like My Little Pony and Gem and stuff like that.
All the girls
I might like Thundercats or something.
They'd watch Barbie's Dream House, and it was so you grow up seeing these girls straight blonde hair, waists that are like this big. It was very. My dad didn't like it because it was so. He thought it was sexist. Which now watching it, I was being asleep with my friend and we were watching it and we were like,
You would think that there might be a movement to try not to make things so gendered because society as a whole is trying to break away from gender roles where it's like, okay, girls watch this, girls wear this, guys watch this, guys wear this.
You can touch brush hair.
Do you think Barbie has a chance of...
Like it was really...
Oh, that's a song from the 90s.
No,
Barbie Girl.
I think it's
Yeah, actually.
I think it was part of Barbie's Dream House.
Well, so I think the question is, I think you might have some people criticizing Barbie if it implies that Barbie couldn't be like a doctor or a lawyer or couldn't achieve high things in life, like your mom who's a professor or something.
I feel like I'm watching it and I was when my friend was joking around, it was late at night, and I'm like, this isn't fair because she just wakes up, her hair's beautiful and perfect, her makeup, and it was she spends the whole episode just looking through her closet. Oh my god, I love this dress. Let's go to a party tonight with Kim.
Oh, did you ever watch? I hear there's a new. Well, in terms of educational stuff, have you ever seen Carmen Sandiego or Magic School Bus?
Magic School Bus. Oh, let's talk about Magic School Bus.
I mean, I'm sure we can talk about that. Yeah, I've seen some of that.
So, basically, it's each episode, my brother loved it. And I also liked it, too, but he liked it more. You see, he's always been very into science, and he would love it because these episodes, they go to, real places in life, and you learn, real stuff, and you actually learn real knowledge, but at the same time, it's doing, funny things. You're seeing, these kids on the school bus interact, come on, Carlos, let's not do that, and they're, fighting.
I'm getting so tired. I'm going to lie down while we're talking. All right.
And there's, kids stuff going on, a bunch of, kid jokes and, the little kids on the school bus having fun. Yeah, at the same time, we're learning about places.
Actually, you just keep talking. Drama. I'm just going to go to sleep.
Okay.
You just talk into the camera for a couple more minutes to round out the video.
So it's, they involve, the drama of, school, and then they also make it, educational in ways. They're talking about real-life places and real-life stuff and things, which is cool. I'm trying to think of more cartoons. Do you have any ideas?
Well, I guess I would point out that Magic School Bus, like a lot of other animation, is visual. When I remember an episode where they go inside the human body, or they go into the water system, or they go into the sea, and a cartoon can do things that real life can't do. If a cartoon, you can potentially try to use special effects to go inside the human body. So a lot of people might have a bias. If you ask my dad and your grandfather, what do you think about cartoons? They'll probably say cartoons are for kids. My father, for reference, wouldn't watch The Simpsons or the Futurama because
my dad loves The Simpsons.
Your dad.
He likes
our generation was introduced to the fact that cartoons can be all kinds of things. But, and there's even some cartoons that are extremely adult that a kid should never watch, like Archer, for example.
I have no idea what that is. But I think I want to talk...
You should never watch Archer until you're 15, at least.
I want to talk about Mr. Rogers versus SpongeBob. Mr. Rogers was a show that my mom wanted me and my brother watch like crazy. Not watch like crazy, but watch compared to other shows. Because it's a calm show where he explores factories, and you get to see, the real factory and things, where it is, and you get to see what works. And it's a very calm show. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, and it's starts calmingly, and then it's they show you all these factors. So you're also learning things. So it's like magic. In my opinion, it's a lot like magic school books, but with like this real man, and he goes into different places and interviews people. And so I feel like it's definitely a show adults can enjoy, because I feel like you really learn stuff. Like, and then at the same time, then to keep kids entertained, they have this puppet world that he goes into, and like
hey,
you also
Sivan, we
learn
are getting
stuff.
past the 10